Hello, 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 humanity. I know, right? I didn't do any posting yesterday. I guess I'm singing the same song, right? Aching and aching and aching. Unfortunately, sometimes the aching gets far worse than others. But we're in this struggle together, and we're trying to get to our destination. The long walk home yesterday got even a little bit longer. I don't know how things went for you guys. Hopefully, your destination has become a little bit closer, and your struggle is not lengthening, but it's shortening. At any rate, what I promised to try to implement the anti-bullying aspect along with the new with the eating lifestyle. And if you're new to the channel, you may not know that I have a passion for anti-bullying. My one and only child was bullied as a child, so bullying it resonates with me in ways that you just can't understand. And bullying can just be so vicious. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, what better way than to include anti-bullying along with short stories, and including the sugar-free, the various sugar-free things for the children, for our babies. Hopefully, maybe we can just reach one, and they can change their mind about so much sugar and how detrimental it really can be to some of us, especially those of us who are coming out of the struggle or remain in the struggle as it relates to endless cravings and endless sugar. Because of this dilemma that I'm in as it relates to the meal prepping. I think I explained it to you before, and it's really starting to be a problem because I find myself, wanting, having a taste for something sweet and what have you, and having no backup, nothing that I can go to the freezer or the refrigerator and just pull out, sugar free and what have you. So I'm faced with just eating anything, and I'm now back, not where I was as it relates to the sugar cravings. I don't have sugar cravings anymore. I just have a taste for sugar every now and then. But nevertheless, it's causing me problems because I'm eating too much sugar nevertheless. So anyway, with that said, let's get down to what we're doing today. We're doing a little short story for the kids, including bullying and sugar free. The name of the title of it is the clue is in the pineapple and celery pizza. Annabelle brushed her teeth and washed her face. She slathered she slathered on she slathered on girlfriend's girlfriend's face cream. She looked in the mirror as she did daily for her face care. I love your eyes, Annabelle said. Annabelle was nearly Annabelle, I love your eyes, I love your nose, I love your ears and eyebrows. Annabelle proclaimed those statements to herself as it related to every aspect of her body. She did it every day. Annabelle rushed to her room to finish getting dressed and lacing her shoes. She only needed to put on her orange sneakers with the blue and light blue laces. Annabelle was nearly to the stairs when she suddenly remembered she had not told her hair when she was doing her morning routine of love for herself, self-care, how much she loved her hair. Annabelle took to running back to the bathroom to tell her hair how much she loved it, when suddenly she heard the loudest yell. She heard it again, and then again she heard that loud sound. The word help was now being called out equally as loud. Annabelle knew that voice. She also recognized the reason that only a punch or a kick or a slap or the snatching of a hair could produce such loud sound. Big Bully Perkins. She could produce that sound and that scream and all of the children in town, and she often did just that. Annabelle jumped into action. She jumped on the railing that led to the front door. She slid down the railing, landed on her feet, Annabelle did. She she landed on her feet and then she noticed something suddenly. Annabelle discontinued her time with her hair with her need to run back to tell her hair, give her hair some love. The help was getting louder, and when she ran down the stair, when she slid down the railing and landed at the front door, she realized something. Her laces were undone. She was struck with a dilemma. Should she pay attention to her laces and take time and lace them up, or should she continue out the door and address the sobbing, and now sniffing, crying, sniffing, and sobbing? What should Annabelle do? Annabelle suddenly remembered. She had a strong memory of what happened before when she discontinued the thought of what it took to take time out to do her laces. She didn't do that. She didn't lace her shoes. She ran out and continued on her way. And before she could get down the fourth stair, she ended up falling, bumping into Mom's lawn care soil. She got the soil all over the place. Mom comes home, and Mom sees that the soil is out of whack. She doesn't have any. She's entering into the contest. And thanks to Annabelle, she's now on her way to the grocers. She gets to the grocers, Annabelle remembers. And when she gets to the grocers, she runs into Miss Duggle Beauty. Runs smack into Miss Duggle Beauty. Miss Duggle Beauty holding a handful of apples and oranges and all kind of good sweet treats. And she knocked everything. Mom knocked everything accidentally out of Miss Duggle Beauty's hand. Mom made it. Mom made it to with her embarrassment and with her shame to say she was so sorry and tried to help Miss Duggle Beauty to her feet. Nonetheless, both fell, and Miss Duggle Beauty, it was far worse for her because Miss Duggle Beauty slid right into the aisle of the cake flour, and lo and behold, wouldn't you have it, the big box of extra creamy cupcake mix landed right on top of the head of Miss Duggle Beauty. Annabelle paid for that severely. She was sent to her room and not to be able to come out and play ball with the other children for a whole day. With that memory in mind, Annabelle thought twice about running out without doing her laces. So she shortly took a little quick time to do her laces. She laced up her shoes, flung the door open, and looked outside, knowing and perceiving that she would soon see Big Bully Perkins with her big hands hurting and punching and kicking her friend Emily. To her surprise, there was no Emily and no Big Perkins either. Annabelle was at a loss. She didn't know what to do. What in the world had Big Bully Perkins done now? She couldn't see her friend. She couldn't see Big Bully Perkins. What in the world was going on? Annabelle looked a little bit further. She went on the side of the house, and there Emily was. There she was, crying and pleading for, pleading for Big Bully Perkins to have mercy on her. Annabelle realized, and so did Emily. Emily had 3 hours, 2 hours now, to get the local townspeople their newspapers and their coupons. They depended on Emily to get their coupons and their newspaper, local news to them. Emily was paid $5, five big, huge dollars. Emily always felt grateful and always being prudent with her $5. She had $5 to circulate all of those papers in her big red wagon. And the last thing she needed was Big Bully Perkins slowing her down. Big Bully Perkins was doing what she usually did. There was nothing out of the ordinary. She was slapping Emily's face, she was kicking her in her knees, and she was pulling her hair. It was a sight and a feeling that Annabelle was all too familiar with. Annabelle rushed into action. What would she do? She too didn't want to reawaken thoughts or the feelings of being slapped, kicked, and just bullied beyond measure. But she needed to do something because she was in the realization as well that Emily had to deliver those newspapers and those coupons, and she was now running out of time. And suddenly, without any rushing on Emily's part, she heard a sound. She heard a little musical melody, and she remembered it quite well. It was from it was from her local cartoon program that she loved so well. Villains, bullies, and the good guys. In one particular episode, the good guys realized that there was a quick way to dismantle the bullies bullying and their attention. The good guys prepared big pizzas with big chunks of pineapple and celery. And there it was. There it was. Annabelle realized that the clue was in her thoughts, the thoughts and the melodies that she was experiencing from times past, where the good guys had prepared the pizzas and distracted the bullies so the good guys and the kids can get away. Emily remembered something as well. She remembered that Dad had prepared five big, huge celery pizzas for his friends so they could watch the football game. And now Annabelle was going to use those pizzas because Dad no longer needed them. Dad was called in to work overtime, so the pizzas had just been there for 5 days, she thought. And so she and Mom and little Danny, they hadn't been able to eat all those pizzas, so what would she do? It was easy, Annabelle thought. I'll warm the pizzas up. I'll also pour a big pitcher of the broccoli celery juice, and I'll give that to Big Bully Perkins as well. And Emily and I can make a mad dash, circulate the papers, and we can get everything done. And the Harriet hairstyles will be able to open the doors because it was Ladies' Day. All of the ladies in town, all they needed was a coupon from the papers that Emily needed to deliver, and they could get their hair done for half price. By no means could Annabelle allow Emily to not get that job done. So she did as she thought. She used the clue to her advantage, to Emily's advantage. She warmed the pizzas, and wouldn't you know it, Bully Perkins stood at the door, at the back door. He smelt the aroma of the thick, crusty pineapple pizzas, and he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to bully Annabelle into going back in and getting him one of the large pizzas. But to his surprise, Annabelle was coming out of the door, both hands loaded with big pineapple and celery pizzas. She said to Bully Perkins without even missing a beat, "Let's share, Bully Perkins," as if they had been friends all their lives, as if this bully had not made she and all of her friends cry over and over and over again. And she took the pizzas and placed them on her mom's garden table. She grabbed a pitcher of the sugary, extra sweet broccoli and celery juice. She placed that on the table as well, and watched Bully Perkins lick his lips, and never even gave she and Emily a second glance. The two of them hurried as if their thoughts were now one, not two, but one. They reached behind the treehouse of Annabelle. They grabbed Annabelle's red wagon. Emily's red wagon was already loaded with the coupons and the local newspapers. They shared them. They split them. 10 in one red wagon, 20 in the other. They then divided even more. There was actually 30 papers, so 15 in one red wagon, 15 in the other. The two girls dashed down the street. One paper tossed, another paper tossed, tossing and tossing, one porch to the other. And by the time the girls looked up, they had actually passed out all of the newspapers and all the coupons just in time for the doors to open at Harriet's Hairstyles. The ladies were eager and ready to get their hair done. All the beautiful buns and curls and ponytails, you name it, just pretty, pretty, pretty for the ladies. The girls realized that they did all working together no fear, believing that bullies could be stopped, and they did it with success, giggling and laughing all the way to go and get more sugar treats. This time, extra sugar-free treats for themselves. The girls giggled and laughed and laughed and giggled they did.